my name is Chinyere Ojike. You are most welcome to my channel. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and keep coming for more. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the practical ways I use to cut down on energy bill. That is my gas and electricity bills in the UK. Irrespective of the support government is giving to every home, especially those who are eligible for this cost of living support, government is offering certain amount of money every month to support people who are qualified for it, to pay up their energy bills. Ours comes automatically, though to everyone who is qualified for this energy support, it comes automatically, but the price each home gets, it all depends on how the HMR calculates this. I don't know, to be frank, but basically we get 100 in a month, and it automatically tops itself up in our smart meter. Some people say they get 68 pounds, some say 80 something pounds, so it's all varies. That notwithstanding, ever before government started supporting people with this energy bill support, I have been carrying out some practical measures to save on energy bill in our home. So these are the practical measures I'll be sharing with you in this very content. So number one is the smart meter. When you move into a home, endeavor that that very house has a smart meter reader. Because this lady that just moved into a house recently, I went to her house to help out. We looked everywhere, we couldn't find a smart meter reader, and she even called a white man from our church to come check. The house doesn't have one, So maybe you can find out from the agent or the estate manager that put you in that house to show you where these things are before taking up a house. So basically, I have that one by the side of my sink. In fact, I'm always seeing it every day. Despite the fact that the government is supporting us on energy bill, but every day I make sure that I see how much we've used. When I wake up in the morning, that's the first place I just look at to see how much is there. Like today, we woke up to 15 cents in the morning, and currently it's at 44 cents. So but before the day goes down, depending on what we use, if I use the washing machine, if I use microwave, all these high energy consuming devices in the kitchen can consume electricity. So that is when the price comes up to about £1, 80 something, or £1 plus. Just like yesterday, I did laundry a lot. So endeavor to have this in your house. It helps you to track the record of your electricity usage, water, whatever you use in the house, daily, weekly, and monthly. So endeavor to use the timer on your heating system, because having a timer or a thermostat help regulate the heating system when the house is cold or warm. In ours here, honestly, we set it on automatic, but our heater, it's very hot when it gets hot. So I decided to be doing it manually. So basically, we run the heater 3 to 4 times in a day. 3 times basically. I've only run it once today in the morning when we woke up preparing for school at 7 o'clock, and currently it's 12 o'clock. I have not had the heater on. Yes, because it hits the house faster. Then another time I'm gonna run it is when my boy is back from school in the afternoon. Then next time will be before the bedtime. It's actually at the 25 degrees. So just get a timer. If you want it to be automatic, you wouldn't be on it all the time. If it can last for a period of 3 hours, 5 hours, when the house comes that cold, it picks up again and heats up the house. That's what a regulator does, or a timer you set in your heating system. That's what it does. That helps you to save a lot of energy than leaving the heating system on all through the day. This will be burning your money for you. Endeavor to boil the quantity of water you want to use at a particular time. I learned this from Karen. Yes, all my oldies, Karen on this channel. She taught me that when we first arrived in the UK, because it saves electricity and energy. You saw what I did. I boiled the quantity of tea I'm having here, and then you can get a flask. Somebody like me, I drink hot water all the time because I'm also on a water therapy. So instead of boiling and boiling, I put in that flask, though it's quite small, because I drink about 8 to 10 glasses of water in a day, and I like it warm. Yes, starting from morning time. So get flask. It helps a lot than constant electricity consume much money, especially when you are using all the electrical appliances to boil. Go for energy bulbs instead of the regular traditional bulbs, because buying energy bulbs or using energy bulbs in your home saves around 70 to 80% of electricity compared to the regular bulbs we use every day. 5, endeavor to switch off all the bulbs that you are not using in the house. Some to my son, he doesn't understand that these things are energy consuming and money consuming too, because each time he walks upstairs, he would like to switch on the bulb in his daddy's room, the bulb in the walkway there, the bulb in his room. In fact, he will start switching on the bulbs right from the staircase going upstairs, even the ones he's not using. And he's downstairs, once he comes down, he will leave those things on. And have always been the one having to switch off all these things in this house. Also, endeavor to use the natural light, especially when there is brightness, when it is a bit sunny, the weather is clear. Use the natural light in the daytime when you can, and turn off the bulb or switch off the bulbs when they are not in use. That saves a lot of money. Number 6, it's not only the bulbs. All the switches, all the wall sockets, endeavor to switch them, take them off, unplug them from the mains if you can. But basically all I do is to switch them off, because switching them off saves a trickle amount of electricity that might be escaping when you leave them on. Yes, it has always been my duty to switch off all the sockets in this house, including in my mister's room. Yes, I do that all the time. 7, you might consider using gas instead of electricity. What do I mean by this? Electricity is more energy consuming, compared to cooking on the gas burner. Especially when you do bulk cooking, like we Africans, we always cook in bulk, like our soup, our stew. When trying to warm this, instead of using the microwave, because that consumes, If you have a smart meter reader in your house, just check it when you put something in the microwave. You will see how it will jump up, how the price would go up, compared to when you cook or when you parboil your food on the gas, So basically what I do, especially just like today, we'll be having soup, in the evening per se, because nobody is home now. So what I did last night was to bring out the soup, okra soup, from the freezer and put it in the fridge. Yes, it's been in the fridge. So by the time I am ready to make dinner for everyone in the evening, I will just warm the soup. And basically I don't add vegetable in my soup. So I put it in pots, warm it in the gas, instead of having to do it in the microwave, because that consumes a lot. Honestly, I advise you to practicalize this if you have a smart meter reader in your house. Compare this when parboiling something in the gas and when doing it in the microwave. Just watch and see the price variation. So next, consider having a bath in place of having a shower, because having a shower, you would have to fill up large amount of water in the bathtub, than when you are taking a bath. You are rushing, you don't have time to be relaxing and doing all the mesmerizing in the bathtub, And even if you are taking a bath, consider using, assuming you usually use 10 minutes, you can cut down to the time you take your bath to like 5 minutes, 7 minutes. That would save water. But more, me, I take my bath very well. I have to clean up proper, though I don't really waste time, just like my other person. So that would also save you a lot of money. Yeah. Washing machine, this is the next point. When using your washing machine, consider doing a big wash in place of a small wash. What do I mean by that? Instead of washing bit by bit, why not select your clothes the way I do it? All white materials, everybody's own. Yes, do not segregate. If you have children, select their white materials, you wash separately, the colored materials, you wash. This is the way I do in my home. I bring in my husband's, my boy, and my own white materials, wash at once. And using a tumble dryer can consume a lot of electricity. If you have hangers in the house, you might consider drying your clothes. Yes. And thanks goodness we do not have a tumble dryer in my house, because everything here is inbuilt and inclusive, especially the electrical appliances here, the hard ones, So we don't have that tumble dryer. Our washing machine washes and drains off everything, so you wouldn't have water dripping from the clothes. So I put on the hangers and they dry. So if you have a tumble dryer, you might consider drying on the hanger. And also consider washing during the off-peak times. What are the peak times or peak hours in the UK? 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. I mean, Monday to Sunday, yes, because everybody is home. 4 p.m. like me bringing my boy from school at 4 o'clock, at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Everybody, the entire British people, everybody is home as from 4, 5, 6, 7, you know. And what are the times that are not off peak? You can consider washing from 10 p.m. upwards if you don't go to bed on time. Otherwise, you can choose to wash early morning. You know, when you wake up to do school run in the morning, you can put the clothes in the machine at night. Then when you wake up, you on it. You don't usually washing machine. When it finishes washing, it goes off by itself. This is another means I save energy when using my washing machine. Okay, so the final point is using the oven versus using the air fryer. I have experimented on the both. You know, air fryer cooks faster. If I am to make chicken in the oven, basically it will take me 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the size of the chicken. Let's say chicken thighs or chicken wings, for instance. But if I am using my air fryer, 20 minutes or 25 minutes at most, my chicken is ready to be eaten. And you know, using the oven, it takes a long period of time for the oven to heat up. Let's say 10 to 15 minutes to heat up the oven before you start cooking. You know, so food that you cook within an hour, you add 15 minutes on top. But basically, the air fryer takes less amount of time, but it still consumes high amount of electricity, you know. But I think I find it faster. But when I am making large portion of chicken that I cannot cook once in my air fryer, which has 2 compartments, I tend to use the oven to do it once and for all. Instead of doing 20 minutes or 25 minutes times 2, I'll just do 1 hour in my oven and that's it. All right, guys, these are the practical ways and the simple ways. It's all something to imbibe, you know, by practicing every day. You get used to all these things. These are the simple ways I've been saving energy on electricity and gas in the UK and elsewhere, even while I was in Nigeria, despite the energy over there being epileptic, but one got to save it. So this is an important tip for everyone, no matter where you are. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Hit the like button. Do not forget the big code is important for this video. All right, thank you and see you again in my next upload.